Hi, I'm WendyMichelle Thompson, and I'm sure many of you have seen these thumbnails as you're scrolling through, seeing what else is out there besides your YouTube content. Money on these sites, $5,000 a day. Well, that may be an exaggeration. $100 a day, $1,000 a week. And a lot of times they do get my attention and I'll click on them. I don't know if you're like me, if you watch the whole thing. Typically, I'm an all or nothing person and I will watch the whole thing and I'll write notes. Yeah, that sounds like something I could do. Yeah. When the YouTube channel is doing the long marathon, bum bum, bum bum, bum bum, instead of the race that you're thinking it was gonna do, girls gotta make some coin, and not like Lucy on Peanuts, jingly jingly coin. You gotta make some coin in the meantime as your YouTube channel is growing. Okay, the thing is even though I watch those, and Kat Theo has a lot of good ones besides Marissa. Anyways, you guys know what I'm talking about. And each one of them, they just have this constant stream of content out there. And I will sit down and I'll write these notes. And guess what? Those notes, whether I am well-intended or not, end up being on the floor of shame. And then you can't find them later if you do have a skinny minute in your day to do something other than work on your YouTube channel, take care of your family, do everything you gotta do, get that workout in, have your devotional time, of course. I almost went to sleep instead of watching this video. And I am here to say that I did not this time. For some reason, I followed through on one of those suggestions of Marissa's, and am I glad I did. So here's what happened. I took 30-some minutes watching her video, and there's some, I can't even, I'm just now learning how to edit my video. I wouldn't be good at that, so I'll write it down. Maybe me in the future will be good at it, and I'll have that here if I can find it. You know, that type of thing. Anyways, I'm like, wow. When am I reviewing these notes? As I'm waiting for my newest YouTube video to completely upload in the YouTube studio, which for some reason, it doesn't matter. I haven't found that sweet spot yet where it's super fast. I just think my computer is really slow, and there literally is a firewall. We have a brick wall in between here and the computer modem, even though I have Ethernet plugged in. But beyond that, who cares about any of that? I'm reviewing, okay, what's trending? What's this? What's that? While I'm waiting for my, my poor little YouTube video to get up and going, and I can fill in the description. I've already done all that good stuff, but you want to add a lot of the things at the end. I see another Marissa. I'm like, okay, let's see what she's got this time. Wow. Yeah, that sounds really good. That sounds really good. Oh, gosh. By the time I have it all done on the computer, I'm so tired. I am so tired. And literally, I probably had been up 36 hours or so at that point. It's funny, I've hit my laptop 3 times, and it's just now, the light is just now coming on. Beautiful picture of Germany. But anyways, freelancer.com. Oh, there's a lot of different jobs on there. If you're not good at this, you can apply for this. I really checked it out. And I see, wow, people are having to bid for these jobs. It may take 6 days, 7 days. You don't even know for sure if you'll get it or not after you take the time of making a profile. I made a super short profile. I thought I'll fill in the other stuff later. But I did put on there that I am interested in doing voiceover work. I thought that sounds like fun.
Let's take a look at the Siri voice settings.
Siri. She never pops up when I want her to. Anyways, back to the story. Yes, so I'm coming to bed. I'm going to bed. Get this little short profile in. Wake up, I don't know how many hours later, you know. I go throughout my day. Hadn't even thought about freelancer since I'd gone to bed. Had sort of laughed and joked about it a little bit with my husband because there's an extraordinary amount of work that some people expect you to do for $2 to $8 an hour. Seriously. So, you know, just skip through those because, no, you're not even going to get my attention for $2 an hour. I'm sorry. People that put that down, what the heck, you know? We're laughing about that. Don't give it another thought. The next day, going through the same routine, working on my YouTube videos, going through some of the courses that I'm taking, you know, doing things with my daughter, housework, things that I need to do, you know, writing them on my whiteboard, getting all caught up on the things that are coming up in the next few days, figuring out, okay, appointments and this and that. And something tells me to look at email. And I have something from Freelancer. So-and-so wants to hire you. I'm like, hire? What does it mean, hire me? I knew from reading everything on the site the night before that you bid for a job. I didn't bid for anything. All I did was put my profile on freelancer.com. I thought, this can't be for real. This cannot be for real. Saw that the guy was from Australia. He said, hi, I have a TV channel. I will have some voice work that I'm looking for a female to do. I have used males in the past. I'd like to have a female voice. And, you know, get back with me. I'm thinking, well, okay, what's the harm in doing that? I read back over the rules and regulations on Freelancer. They're like, okay, just make sure you do not go off the site. Stay on the site. That way you keep yourself from being scammed. Best thing to do is keep it all right there on freelancer.com. And within a few minutes, he gets back to me. And he said, I have 4 scripts. And he goes, you know, I'll go ahead and give them all to you. Basically, I had 7 days to get the work done. And it was going to be $200. And I thought, oh gosh, how long are these scripts going to be? You know. He sends me script 1. It was like maybe a sentence and a half. Script 2, 2 sentences. Script 3, 2 sentences. Maybe 2.5 for script 4. I'm like, okay, these are just test ones. He's wanting to see if my voice works for any of these, if I have the right voice to do this. So I went ahead and just knocked it out. I've got too much to do than to send one and see if he approves of it or not. I went ahead and did all 4. In fact, I did several samples of each one with enunciation at different times. Sent them all to him. He loved them. And he's like, I've released the funds. And those were great. And we had a little rapport going on, and he said, and I'll use you for further work. Literally, guys, 12 hours after filling out just a little bit about me on profile. And I didn't take the time to put in education and experience and any of that. He said, hey, I saw your profile. It looked interesting. And he went ahead and hired me. I don't know if it's customary for a lot of people to have to skip the bidding process, but that was my first time experience with freelancer.com. And yes, it was done in PayPal, $200. Literally, guys, I did a voiceover on a recording on my Android, Samsung S10, maybe 10 minutes of work. Put it all in file where he could pull it up, listen to it, and he approved it. Loved it. I'll be using you in the future. Guys, these things are for real. Now, obviously, there's going to be people probably on there scamming because it wasn't all that much longer. It was the same day I got something else. Oh, I want a virtual assistant, I want to hire you thing. And Freelancer says, this person wants to hire you. You know, when you don't have to do any of the bidding. Get in touch with them right away so that you don't lose the job potentially. But they wanted me to email them through my personal email. And I said, no, the guidelines say do it right here on freelancer.com. If you're interested, please send me info right here. They didn't send me anything. So that one, number 2, was a bummer. But guess what, guys? Yeah. What does it hurt to try? The only thing that was different this time is that I actually put it into action. It didn't remain a note in a pile of paper on the floor of all my YouTube notes. And it doesn't even have a section because I'm like, gosh, I've got so many of these random notes from different creators and people that I love and get so much inspiration from. And like I watch them and I'm like, oh, this is what they do. And oh yeah, ooh, good one. Yeah, I got to do that. I got to try that. And I love Marissa. She just has this personality. You just like take her in, you know, and I'm like writing down everything, even if I know it's a job that I probably am not qualified to do. But like I said, who knows? Maybe further down the road, I'd already had that little note to the side. Guys, try it. Literally 12 hours after only putting up really a very puny little profile description. $200. Less than 10 minutes of voiceover work. Kat and Marissa and Austin, they've done the research. They have these jobs that are for real. Now, there are a few that I've seen on some of them, and I've tried them, and it's a whole lot more work than you probably want to do if you're trying to build your YouTube channel. Like VIP Kids, yep, that's a lot of work. A ton of work. And unless you like working in the middle of the night because you're teaching English to Chinese kids, and I am awake in the middle of the night, but I'm just saying, you have to go through a lot of testing and learning things and whatnot, and then, like I said, you're going to have your sleep interrupted, but you will find something. I mean, a lot of times Marissa will post 50 websites. Surely out of 50, you know, you'll find something that you're good at or that you can do. And so what if you have to bid? put in your bed. But it made a believer out of me. Well, guess what? Those notes no longer are just scattered on the floor in piles. I got a little section that says Marissa Romero notes, Cat Theo notes, Austin notes. Good way to make money as you're growing your YouTube channel, or you need some extra cash for something. I know my daughter's got to get 2 teeth pulled out before she gets braces. Something always is coming up. Maybe you want to go out for dinner. COVID-19 has kept us all at home. Whatever your thing is, with me, is knowing, especially after the year 2020, that we have to make extra money from as many different sources as possible. 7 to 11 different income streams is really what you should shoot for. Because even after you do get monetized on YouTube, then, okay, well, you can't count on AdSense every single month. You just don't know. You may have a high month and a low month, you know, all kinds of different things. We all know we can't depend on our little social world just as is. We could have another pandemic. We could have a God only knows what. But, guys, try freelancer.com. Try any of the websites that they suggest. Thank you, Marissa. My wallet thanks you. And I am so glad I followed through for once. I'm glad I didn't go to bed and conk out. Because, again, that's really what I wanted to do. I was exhausted. I was, like, doing my workout. And I'm thinking I got very little sleep. I was doing my workout, and I was getting ready to do weights. And then I was going to go to bed. I'm like, well, while I'm running up and down the stairs, I'm going to go ahead and see what's in my email. And what? What? Gosh. And I made a new friend. Another entrepreneur. Someone else in the medical field who is going into social media type work. I promised you I'd keep you amidst of my YouTube journey. And I will follow through on that always. God bless you today and all your tomorrows. And let me know in the comments if you have had luck with any of these websites.
Deep in the shadows, I know it's hard to put one foot in front of the other. So far as the echo, where do we start? You can lend it.